Hey everyone, and welcome to CineMike. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. So guys, I am super excited. We are back again doing another movie review. However, you'll know from the title of this video, I don't know right yet, Michael in the past, what movie I'm actually going to be watching tonight. It's a screen unseen, which I'm sure most theatres / cinemas do a lot these days. They definitely used to do it at the Odeon Cinema. I used to be a member to, where I think it's about once a month, once every couple of months. They always advertise there's this movie, it's always a discounted price. They just tell you a brief synopsis of what it could be. They might say this is horror or it's action or whatever. Most of the time it is horror. And like I said, the tickets are cheaper, which is always a perk. And not only that, it's always a movie that's not actually out yet. So my theory is tonight's movie is going to be Ready or Not 2. Now, the title of this video is going to say my Ready or Not 2 review or whatever the film's going to be. But my predictions are that because that movie in the UK comes out on Friday. It's currently Wednesday as of time recording this video. And this screen unseen has been described as horror. And as we know from the first Ready or Not film, it's quite horror / gory related. So my predictions are Ready or Not 2, and I really hope that is the case because I am a huge fan of the first one. It was kind of Samara Weaving's breakout role, I want to say, kind of into the mainstream before that she had done other smaller things. And she does continue to do some indie films that I do actually really enjoy. However, I do think her best performance today and being kind of a screen queen, heroine type character was in the first Ready or Not film, which gained a big kind of cult following after the film's release. Like I said, guys, I absolutely loved the movie. I do own the standard Blu-ray for it. We don't have a 4K for it, though, in this country yet. I'm not sure if there's one in America. There might be. If any of you guys are from the US, please let me know down below in the comments. But something I do love that studios do is once a movie does get kind of big, they will put out the second one or the third one or whatever it is out on Blu-ray as they normally would, 4K, Steelbook, whatever. And then that normally stimulates them to want to do the first one as a Steelbook or something. So I'm hoping there will be a Steelbook pre-order for the second one. And then they'll do a Steelbook or something for the first movie because it definitely justifies owning it in a really nice edition rather than just a standard Blu-ray. Also, I'd like to add tonight's screening, I will be joined by my good friend, Jason. Some of you might know Jason as my mate who actually bought me The Good, the Bad and the Ugly on 4K, which is what I was missing from the collection back when it completely sold out. So he's a very good friend of mine, another fellow lover of movies. So he'll be in today's vlog as well. I'll be sure to capture random moments throughout the evening, capture his thoughts, my thoughts, things like that. But who knows, we'll find out. I might have just waffled about Ready or Not 2 and it's not even that movie, which in that case, I'll delete that from this vlog and I'll have to do it again. But fingers crossed, like I said, from my predictions, I think it will be Ready or Not 2. So let's hope it is. Alrighty guys, just thought I'd take this as an opportunity just to talk to the camera as no one's here. I love showing up early to the cinema just to take it all in, take in the fact that you are just about to experience like a really cool movie, things like that. I don't know about you guys, I just like to absorb that environment. Anyway, I just want to do a little snack haul of what I got. So we've got this caramel deluxe popcorn, which is absolutely banging. We've also got a mixed sweet and salty, which myself and Jason will both be snacking on as well. Yeah, like I said, guys, the ticket says screen unseen. It's not like the ticket even gives away what the movie is once you show up. So yeah, really intrigued to see what it is. But like I said, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Ready or Not 2. So let's see what it'll be. Alrighty, guys. This is the cinema of the day. A much smaller screening as, yeah, compared to normal, especially from Hail Mary. How you doing, Jace?
All good.
Right, finding our seats. We're always the first people in here. But yeah, guys, pretty good screen. Pretty good, considering it's one of the smaller ones in the cinema. A much more intimate theatre, I might say. Yeah. It's pretty small, but yeah, really look forward to see what it's going to be. Alrighty, guys, literally just stepped out of the screen and initial thoughts, not the best. Not the best. It wasn't bad by any means. Just I have this thing, right, where I just said it to Jason. I feel like a lot of these smaller films that turn out to be big successes, for example, Nobody, these studios and filmmakers are like, oh, we made this film for X amount, like a small budget, and it was such a big success, let's make a second one. And it just feels a bit forced. Like, you could watch the first Ready or Not and just never watch the second one, and that's perfectly fine, you know. There's nothing that carries over into the second film where you feel like, oh, there needs to be a second one, you know. And you could watch this second movie and never see the first one, such as Jason this evening. He's never actually seen the first movie, and this film would completely make sense. So automatically that makes you think, well, why does it need to exist? And secondly, it's just tonally like quite different to the first one. At the end of the day, we just want to watch Samara Weaving's character Grace just kill a bunch of crazy Satanists that are hunting her down, right? Like, that's what we want, like a horror, gritty, violent film, you know. We don't want to see all this like family drama kind of thing, and they try to add that to this movie. Grace's sister is introduced in the movie. She's called Faith, Grace and Faith. It's like a play with the whole, you know, sort of like bright side against the dark side with demons and Satan and stuff. And yeah, it's this whole dynamic that they have. The film really focuses on that relationship between the two sisters and their past, how they've fallen out. And it's like, as an audience member, I'm like, I don't care. That's not why I've come to see this movie, you know. Like I said, I've come here to see Samara Weaving kick some ass. And don't get me wrong, that does happen in the movie, and when it happens, it's good. It just doesn't happen as much as it does in the first movie. So don't go into this expecting just a quick-paced, easy watch. It's kind of like this trying to add emotional depth kind of thing, which I'm just like, just cut that out. No one cares. They did that in Nobody too as well. This is what I'm saying. I feel like the two films are similar. The first film is very simple. Ordinary guy gets involved in some beef, you know, it's action-packed, is what it is. And then the second movie, they add this whole family layer, and like, oh, he's got, you know, a daughter and a son and wife and this and that, and oh, you're not the same anymore. It's like, we don't care about your relationship at the end of the day. We don't. Like, we just want to see you kick some ass. And that was the same with this movie. They're trying to add all these like family layers and things like that. It's just, stop focusing on that. That's not what we want to see. I just want to see the first movie, but just ramped up a little bit with, you know, the violence, the gore, whatever. But they just focus too much on like other elements in the story, which I'm like, I just don't care, you know. I don't know if that's just my opinion. I don't know if that's just me being a little bit too harsh. But yeah, I did want to see a bit more grit, a bit more blood, a bit more, you know, stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, that's what the movie's kind of about. So as a result, I'm going to give the movie probably a 6 out of 10. That's just my opinion. I'd give the first one like a 9 out of 10. I think it's almost perfect for the kind of film it is. This movie, like I said, it lacks in quite a few areas, but like I said, that's not to say it's a bad movie. It's still enjoyable. Still recommend you go and see it at the cinema. But yeah, it was a good time nonetheless. But is it one I'm going to revisit much? Probably not. Probably going to stick to just watching the first one, because like I said, you don't really need to see the second one. Neither do you need to see the first one to see the second one either. So if you've never seen the first one, I do recommend you watch it. It is the better movie out of the two. But if you don't want to feel as disappointed, maybe watch the second one first and then go back to the first, because the first one is a lot better. But yeah, those are just my thoughts, guys. Again, just let me know down below. Spoiler free, of course. What did you think of the movie? I'd love to know.